ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। We will chant the Mangalacharana Shloka. One of you can unmute yourself. Yeah.
Venkataramanji.
Sarva-Vedanta Siddhanta
Sarva-Vedanta
Gocharam Tamagocharam
Gocharam Tamagocharam
Govindam Paramanandam
Govindam Paramanandam
Sadgurum Pranatosmyaham.
Sadgurum Pranatosmyaham.
Okay. Sarva-Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tamagocharam
Sarva-Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tamagocharam
Govindam Paramanandam
Govindam Paramanandam
Sadgurum Pranatosmyaham.
Sadgurum Pranatosmyaham.
So this is the first shloka of Vivekachoodamani. Technically, it is not a part of the text because this is a Mangalacharana shloka, again composed by Adi Shankaracharya, who is doing namaskara to his lineage of gurus starting from Govinda Bhagavad Path. And we saw the reason why that is done in our tradition. And so he's saying, I'm about to write this text. May this text be completed while I'm alive. You know, obviously we have to be alive to be completed. And so may it be completed. And I'm not writing for my sake. I'm writing it for people who want to study this. And so may it reach the right hands. May it reach the right hands. In those days, no photocopying and this and that. They have to copy. They have to literally write. Somebody has to write it. Either Shankaracharya or his students have to write it. And when they write it like that, they should not make a mistake. Because it's all script after all. And sometimes there will be a doubt. And how are you going to clarify that doubt? So many steps are there between the cup and the lip in this case. Therefore, prarthana is a must those days. And even now, of course, prarthana is a must. Sahana bhavatu, we say. I'll explain to you this another time. But prarthana, Mangalacharana shloka. We saw all the words in this shloka, except one word, Paramanandam. So, everybody has the experience of Sukham and Dukkham. Sukham and Dukkham. We may have studied, we may not have studied. We may have advanced degrees, we may not have advanced degrees. We may have worked somewhere, or we may just be sitting at home. It, but commonly people have the experience of Sukham and Dukkham. Do you know Sukham? If we ask people, there is nobody who will not raise their hand. Do you know what is Dukkham? Sorrow. Nobody, there won't be anybody who says, I don't know what sorrow is. If there is such a person, good, God bless that person. We keep that as person aside. And this person, this Shastra is not for people who have not experienced Dukkham. Okay. Dukkham is calm. So, what do you want in life? If you ask, finally, we will come down to, boil down to, yeah, you're right. I thought a job will give me happiness. But if Bhagavan were to come in front of me and say, do you want a job or do you want happiness? Bhagavan, what kind of question is this? Is this a question? Is this a question? Do you want job or do you want happiness? I want job with happiness through my job. And no, look, Bhakta, do you know English? Or shall I tell it to you in Sanskrit or your favorite language? Your favorite is Sanskrit, right? Bhavan anandam ichhati va, Bhavan karyam ichhati va, iti. Sanskrit understood? Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, that's fine. I think English is fine. And so, like that you go. I'll give you one thing. What will you have? If you say, finally, we'll have to boil down to what? Hey, all these other things are all means. The end game, end is Ananda. I want that Ananda. Okay. I can't sacrifice Ananda. I can sacrifice anything in life, but not Ananda. Okay. So therefore, that Ananda is there, and we everybody seeks that Ananda. Now, everybody seeks because everybody has come to a conclusion that I have to seek Anand. I have to, whatever I do, I have to do it, and then I have to be happy afterwards. I do something, then I'll become happy. This is how it is. This is how Ananda is. This is called Vishayananda. What is it called? It's called Vishayananda. Vishayananda means what? Hey, I focus my attention on anything or a person or a situation, etc. And that Vishaya, that becomes a Vishaya for us. And that Vishaya gives me joy. Supposed to give me joy. But we don't know what's going to happen. That we all know. And so that is why it's called Vishayananda. And if you really ask where is Ananda coming from, did that Vishaya give me Ananda? If you say, Vishaya can't give me Ananda. Because the computer gave me Ananda before. But then now it is periodically, it is just shutting down. And I have to tell the computer, don't worry, I won't be tired. I have the energy to shut you down and I will shut you down. Don't shut down before I shut you down. Sometimes the computer won't listen. So that means what? The same object which used to give me Ananda before does not give me Ananda now. That is what we assume. But really speaking, this Ananda is not a product, it is not a property, or it's not a part of any Vishaya. Once again, that Ananda is neither a product nor a property or a part of any Vishaya, anything or any person. We have mistaken that somehow Ananda is coming from out there. Ananda is, thank God, Atma's nature is Ananda. Otherwise, there is no Ananda possible. Possible. Nahi hai. And so, that Ananda is that self. Fortunately, the self is the source of that joy. Okay, self is the source of the joy, but this that joy is somehow it's not available to me. It looks like it's not available to me when I become sad. What happens? Sadness. Therefore, sadness is a vritti. Vritti. I'm introducing another technical word called vritti. Vritti is a thought. Vritti is a thought. That's it. When I show you something, when I show you this, it's a thought. Oh, okay, yeah. So when you say, oh, okay, yeah, means what? It's a thought. Okay, there's a clock in the hand. All right. So that's a vritti. Vritti means the mind takes on the form of the object that you perceive. Vritti. So to make it simple, all objects that I know are all vrittis. I have an idea of an object and I can recognize the object, etc. Vritti, vritti, vritti. Constantly, the vrittis are constantly changing in the mind. As and when words are uttered, you are making sense out of it, trying to make sense out of it. Ah, vritti, processing, processing. Vritti is constantly changing. Constant. Every word you are processing. Without your knowledge, you are processing. Then with your knowledge also you process. Oh, what was that word again? Okay, you have to recall vritti. So this sukha that I get from all the things in this life, okay, that sukha is a samsarika sukha. A vritti vishesha sukha, these are all technical words, not difficult. Vritti vishesha means it is born of a vritti. My family visited me last week. I was happy. Vritti vishesha, a family caused sukha. A sukha that was, we won't say it's caused by the family. We have to change the language. It is triggered by the family. I am already, sukha is there right here. And it took them to, to unlock that sukha from me. To unlock. Okay. And likewise, I unlocked the sukha in them. Therefore, both of us felt happy. This is all samsarika sukha. It is all vishayananda. This is vritti based sukha. Vritti based sukha means a thought. The sukha is a thought. Yes, I am happy now. And all the things that are going on in my mind about family and all, yes, it is. I like that. I like that thought, and therefore I'm happy now. But nobody gave happiness, really speaking. We can give happiness because nobody knows what happiness is. How can anybody give happiness? Please tell me. Not possible. No object can give happiness. People don't even know what happiness is. Just they are happy, that's all. They themselves don't know where it's coming from. So a borrower of happiness, how can they give happiness to others? Please tell me. I myself am borrowing happy ananda from so many things. Now I am supposed to give happiness to other people. How is it possible? It's not possible, really speaking. And so, therefore, what is Paramananda? Avishayananda. It is an ananda that does not depend on the Vishaya, my dear friends. It is not Vishayananda. That is Paramananda. Limit, sometimes they say limitless Ananda. Limitless Ananda, now you understand. It is not accomplished by accumulating Vishayas. I feel if I have more, I'll be happy. You can be happy if you have more, but you need not be happy if you have more also. That is only in God's hands it is there. And so, and my karma is going to play heavily on whether I'll be happy or not. Correct? And so, this is called Avishayananda. An Ananda that is not based on vritti. It is not samsarika sukham. It is not even sukham. It is Ananda. And it's called Paramananda, limitless Ananda, or the natural Ananda, something like that. It's going to be difficult to translate Paramananda. Avishaya, if you remember, that itself is great. It is not a product of contact of the person with objects. Contact. Sometimes there is no physical contact. Seeing is there, hearing is there, okay. But what about you're just daydreaming, You're thinking of all the good days you had. Or school. Arey Bapre, that was those days, fifth grade, sixth grade, some aha. Those teachers. Hey, what happened to that friend? Huh? Vikram, it's been out of aha. What friends we had. Ah, tell me. Free Ananda, without paying any money, without going out, sitting right here, you got joy. Is it Vishayananda or Avishayananda? If I ask, what should you say? You should say, yes, it is free, all right. You got it quickly without even your knowing. You didn't plan for this Ananda. Suddenly it happened, and still it is Vishayananda. Vishayananda it is. I did pranayama. Every morning I get up at 6:30, I do pranayama. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, enough. 10 minutes is enough. Then you open your eyes. Then what happens? Ananda hai ki nahi? Ananda will be there. It has to be there. If it is not there, that means you are not doing it properly. Or your nose is blocked, both sides blocked. If both sides nose is blocked, pranayama is very difficult. It's a frustrating experience. All constantly you have to have kerchief nearby and all that, like some people have, and then it's a painful thing. But generally, Vishayananda. Pranayamananda is Vishayananda. What about Hatha Yogananda? Hatha Yogananda, Hatha Yoga is good, but it's Vishayananda category only. Better Vishayananda than other types of Anandas, than Rasagullananda. Definitely better. Okay. All right. So this is called Paramananda. So we will see that is the whole point of the study is to understand this Atma, that it is a source of Ananda, and its Swarupa is Ananda. Swarupananda. That is another word we can use. Swarupananda. Okay, we have Swamis who are called Swarupananda. Why? You will never find a Swami called Vishayananda. Never. Never. Okay. All right. So that Sadguru Pranatosmyaham, that teacher who is a Sadguru, who is Paramanandam, who himself is an embodiment of Ananda, therefore Paramanandam, who is Govindam, and who is Agocharam, Agocharam, who, that Ananda which can't be perceived by sense organs or the mind also, but yet it is Gocharam and Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam. That is why Shastram is alive, live and kicking right now. All over the world it is there. And why? Because it is Vedanta Gocharam. Okay? All this we saw. And translation is there. And our Vivek, this one, Vijay has put the translation there, which is okay. This translation is a translation. And so you be careful and you have to look at the word as we've understood it in class. And then translation, it gives a clue to what the mantra is about. Translation can only give us a clue. Good. So I'm not going to translate the shloka. I can read it. I bow to Govinda, whose nature is ultimate fullness, who is the Sadguru, who can be known only from the import of all Vedanta, and who is beyond the reach of speech and mind on their own. Like that it says. That's good. Next shloka. दुर्लभं त्रयमेवैतत्.
दुर्लभं त्रयमेवैतद्.
So by the way, we are going alphabetically. Some of you are wondering, how come Aniruddha is getting a chance every time? Monday he got a chance, Thursday he got a chance, again now Wednesday. Then thought if you have, that is because Aniruddha is attending all those classes and his name starts with an A. What to do? So if you want first, you have to change your name. So that's all it is. All Narayanji and Vijay are doing are just coming alphabetically. That's all. Okay. So anyway, Durlabham Trayame
दुर्लभं त्रयमेवैतद्.
देवानुग्ररहेतुकम्
देवानुग्ररहेतुकम्.
मनुष्यत्वं मुमुक्षुत्वम्
मनुष्यत्वं मुमुक्षुत्वम्.
महापुरुषसंश्रयः.
महापुरुषसंश्रयः.
Yeah. So we have skipped, Swamiji has skipped the actual shloka number 2. And now we are in the third shloka of Vivekachoodamani, which we call verse number 2. Okay. That is there. So Vijay has put that number there. 1 in the beginning, VIVC 1, and then VIVC 3, and then 2 of 108. So that's how we understand this. All right. So next two shlokas, this shloka and the next shloka, Shankaracharya, Acharya is going to talk about the greatness of human birth, greatness of Manushya Janma Prashamsa, a praise of human birth. That's what is going to come. All right. So here he's saying that this three things, etat trayam durlabham, etat trayam durlabham. Trayam means three, but more than three, it is group of three. Trayam means group of three. This group of three things are durlabham, very difficult to get. Very difficult to get. This group of three. Okay. And we'll see the other words. Manushyatvam is the first one. Manushyatvam means the status of being a Manushya. Manoho apatyam Manushya. So, status of being a Manushya, human being. Manavaha. All right. Naraha. Naraha. All these are equivalent words. So, it's very commonly understood in our culture. Somebody from a foreign country, foreign culture, foreign religion coming to hear may not understand what's going on. They need a little explanation. But the fact that they are coming to a class like this, they must have heard about Hinduism, Sanatana Dharma, karma is there, karma phalam is there, another birth is there. All this they would have somehow heard about it. But for us, nobody needs to tell us all these things. And so that Janma is going to be there. And the Janma can be any one of the billion species. The species we know and the species we don't know. Species in this planet, species in some other unknown planet in unknown galaxy also is possible. Okay. So any one of those things is possible. So, but then Manushya Janma is unique because of that buddhi makes it unique, right? Ahara Nidra, there is a shloka. So all this Ahara Nidra, Bhaya, Maithunam, all these are common. Hunger, Nidra, sleep, Bhaya, fear, Maithunam, reproduction. This is all common between animals and human beings. But then what is unique? Dharmo hi tesham, buddhir hi tesham. That dharma, the idea of right, wrong. Buddhi, using the mind to constantly decide, is this right, is this wrong? Is this right, is this wrong? So like that. That only a human being has. No animal worries about right, wrong. Why? Because animals' behavior is instinctual. Instinctual, that's what it is. It's programmed to do this. And therefore, but human being is not programmed. And therefore, constantly the person has to decide. Very unique it is. It is definitely unique. And so, what is the use? Is there any use of this human life? If you say Advaita Vedanta makes it clear. Yeah, this birth is there, and this buddhi is given, and it is given for a purpose. And the purpose is what? Hey, you have to understand something. There is something called moksha. Moksha does not apply to an animal. Artha, kama, animals also have artha and kama. Okay. And then dharma, not there for animal. Dharma is there for the human being. And why should I do the right thing? Yeah, should I do the right thing and all? If you ask, then we have to go to KG class onwards. We have to start the whole lesson. Have to start, and then afterwards, now at least are you convinced that you should do the right thing? If you say, then okay. If you are convinced, then also I'm not sure that the right thing constantly. I'm doing right, 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 right. Sometimes I'm suffering. Sometimes I'm not suffering. Even after doing the right thing. That is how life is, and then we end up with moksha. And Advaita Vedanta says moksha is already there. You are already free, but you don't know that you are already free. This is the fundamental human problem. The problem of ignorance and all, Mula Vidya and all is going to come. So, because avidya is a cause for samsara, and the only way to remove avidya is by knowledge. Knowledge is the only weapon that can destroy avidya. There is no other. Cannot destroy avidya. Karma means what? Action. Doing stuff and getting, doing and getting. Karma palam cannot remove avidya. It only perpetuates avidya. Perpetuate means what? It gives fuel. Karma gives fuel to avidya, keeps avidya alive. Karma keeps avidya alive. And so, the only thing that opposes avidya is vidya. And it is possible here and now. And therefore, that human birth is very important. Like that, we say, therefore, that durlabham, manushya is durlabham. And so, here Swami says, artha, kama, and dharma. Correct? These are the purusharthas. And then what is dharma? Dharma is righteousness, doing the right thing at one level. But dharma is stretched to really mean in Shastram, dharma actually doesn't mean righteousness. They assume you know all these things. They say dharma is punyam. Punyam. I want artha and kama. But now what I'm going to do is I want to secure Artha and Kama for my future. It is like life insurance. I want to secure. Once I'm gone, I have to make sure my family is okay. Therefore, life insurance and other types of insurance. And so it's an insurance for the future. And that is punyam. That is punyam. So dharma is punyam. Should do what? It is a cash with which I can buy artha and kama for the future, in the future birth. Okay. And therefore, really dharma is also reduced to artha and kama. Dharma is also artha and kama, just for a different time. For a time that I don't have control over right now. And for times even in this life, when I need that cash, when I'm in the middle of, in the thick of a problem, sticky situation, only my punya can come and help me. Okay. So like that idea is there. And so, and it is mentioned separately only because only Shastram can come and tell us about punyam and papa. You and I can't figure out. Sitting in this room, however great we are scientists we cannot figure out about punyam and papam. Punyam and papam is Shastroktam. Shastram only tells us punyam and papam. You can't figure out. You can't prove. You cannot prove that punyam exists, papam exists. You can't prove. Why? Because the connection between that particular action which I did, I helped some people, therefore I got some punyam. Okay, I got some punyam, Shastram says, but you can't prove it. Because the punyam is adrishtam. It goes into the bank, punyam bank account. And when, how it's going to be withdrawn and all, nobody can say. Therefore, it can't be proved. And so, and another reason why I know punyam is working for me is what? That I can figure out. Why? Because, look, nobody wants to be sick, but still we become sick. Nobody wants to be unhappy, but still we become unhappy, frustrated, disappointed, depressed. Why? Tell me why. Nobody wants to be disappointed and we become disappointed. Why? That is because there are things that are happening that are not in my control. Okay. And I can become happy without my expecting to be happy also. I come out of a sticky situation without my knowing something good happens. Somebody comes and helps me out. That is all. It is happening for what? We say it is a punyam that is working in my favor. Punyam, working in our favor. We don't leave anything for chance. The word luck, there is a word called luck in English language. And the word luck has no equivalent in Sanskrit. Sorry, my dear friends. Sanskrit is a great language, I agree. But it does not have a word for luck. No, not there. Not there. Really, you can find some words and all that and all. You can say this could mean luck and all. You can use that word for luck. But luck means what? Luck means random. Somehow, when we don't know and it happened, you're lucky. We say we know it why it happened, and we know you have punyam, that punyam is at work. That is what we are very clear about that. Okay. So that is punyam. That punyam catch is at work. And then punyam is used for all our sticky situations, getting out of sticky situations. But then the most important use of punyam is to get this desire to know, have moksha. Mumukshutvam is the next word here. Manushyatvam, mumukshutvam. That mumukshutvam is a desire for moksha. Moktum icha is mumuksha. Okay. Moktum icha mumuksha. Mumukshutvam is that state of mind which has the desire for moksha. That is called mumukshutvam. The nature of a person who has a desire for moksha is called mumukshutvam. Mumukshu is the person who has a desire for moksha. Mumukshu. Mumuksha, desire for moksha. Mumukshutvam is that nature, that quality, that quality. All right. And this mumukshutvam Like Manushyattvam. Manushyattvam also I did not mention. Devanugraha Hetukam. Okay. It is caused by Deva Anugraha. Deva Anugraha. You have to understand this is properly. Okay. Okay. It is due to God's grace. That is the literal translation. The cause of Manushyattvam, a human birth, and the cause for the desire for moksha in me, and this Mahapurusha, will come to it later, is all Deva Anugraha Hetukam. It is caused by Deva Anugraha, Ishvara Anugraha. Okay, that's not difficult. So, karma phalam. We said karma phalam, there is punyam, and that punyam is what causes a lot of things to happen despite my wrong planning. Okay, and punyam comes to help. Okay, here Chakracharya is saying this Manushyatvam also is Deva Anugraha. It is Bhagavan's grace, Bhagavan's kataksham. Bhagavan's kataksham means what? Hey, how did he decide to give me a human birth? You know what? Bhagavan cannot decide to give you human birth. He has to just go back. What is this guy's karma phala? What punya account, papa account is there in everybody's account. Based on that, whatever should come, what next precipitation is where has to happen, and that precipitation happened. And I have no choice in this. Bhagavan says, whatever is waiting will come. It is like the next cash is there in the bank, and some are liquid cash, some is fixed deposit or certificate of deposit, and then maturity dates are there for each of those maturity dates. Whichever is going to mature next will mature. That's it. Over. What choice Bhagavan has? That is exactly what it is. Something matures, and then another birth is there, and the birth is decided by what what that whatever that group of punyam and papam is there. Okay, and and here there is a beautiful shloka. Okay, which yeah, I'll tell the shloka later. But that Dhanajanmam is Durlabham, and that is the only way. That calculation for us, this birth and all is highly deterministic, not random and all, not luck, nothing. It's all deterministic. Bhagavan also has no choice. But he is called the Karma Phaladata. That law that decides if I do this kind of work, I will get punyam. If I do these kinds of things, I am definitely going to get papam. That law that decides that and puts that kind of a phalam in my account, that law itself is Ishvaraha, Bhagavan. We don't say Bhagavan is sitting somewhere in a heaven and then is distributing this karma phalam to all the people. Not just here on earth, there are people somewhere else also, living beings somewhere else also. That person has to distribute all these things. We say no, that the distributor is Ishvara and the phalam itself is Ishvara. And even the Ishvara is pervading the entire universe, so pervading the Jiva also, and therefore that karma phala data. Just applying to the punya, you call that Bhagavan as karma phala data. He gets a new name now, karma phala data. The karma phala data, I have to thank for giving me this human life. Even though it is my karma, it is not Bhagavan's karma. It doesn't belong to Bhagavan, it belongs to me only. But because we have no idea. Karmana gahana karmano gatihi. Krishna already said in the Bhagavad Gita. It's too complicated. And so, but the fact that I got it just now, let me appreciate this, the beauty of the human words. Like that, Shankara is reminding us, is gradually building up. And so he's reminding us human birth is rare, rare. Okay. He's going to tell that later, it's rare. But here he says it is Devanugraha Hetukam. And this mumukshutvam is there. After getting a human birth, that also is not over because next birth is waiting for me. and I can waste away this human life. And in bhoga, constant bhoga, bhoga. Bhoga means what? Just enjoyment. The maja udao. And what is it? That guy says there is a philosophy also. It's called Charvaka philosophy. Charvakas, you know what they say? They say, ah, they say,
भस्मीभूतस्य देहस्य
before,
पुनरागमनं कुतः
but before that, there is one more thing.
ऋणं कृत्वा घृतं पिबेत्
यावत् जीवेत सुखम जीवेत यावत् जीवम सुखम जीवेत ऋणम कृत्वा घृतम पिबेत. As long as you live happily.
Borrow to drink that ghee, to live that life.
Right. Yeah. Let me repeat that. So as long as you live happily. That's great advice, And then even if you have to borrow money, just drink ghee. Drink ghee means what? Enjoy the things that you like. You may not like ghee, right? So a drink means enjoy. Basmi bhutasya dehasya kutaha. Punaraganam gamanam kutaha. Hey, this body is going to be burnt away. And you are telling me you are going to be born again? Is that what you're telling me? What stupid things you're talking about? You talk stupid and you ruin your own life. Worrying about future, karma, Vedanta, this, that, Atma, and all your big Brahma. And all. Who needs all these things? Just enjoy life. Do you have a problem enjoying life? You don't know how to enjoy life. That's your problem. You're hiding the truth, okay? And by using all these words, you're hiding the truth. Oh, very exciting. That's very exciting. I think I should start another parallel organization. Quietly, I start an organization and talk about be happy. Something like how to be happy. Something we have to consult some of you who are marketing people and then find out how to change my this get up. And then this get up also is important to sell yourself, right? And then parallel organization I want to start. Mondays I will run that organization. Tuesdays I conduct Vivekachoodamani class. So those guys are talking like that. But then this mumukshutvam is there. Mumukshutvam is there. That is his definition of moksha. He's saying, don't worry about moksha. Moksha is a waste of time. Just enjoy life. Do you want to enjoy life or not? Yeah, I want to enjoy life. Correct. Yeah. Then what's the problem? What's your problem? Please tell me. So like this, people have different ideas, and they get ideas. We also got some vague ideas of moksha. Moksha is there, but it doesn't really attract our attention. We're busy doing a lot of things, okay? And and our elders also have told us all this Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad and all can wait. Are you interested? What's your problem? Who said you should study Bhagavad Gita? Huh? Your teachers are talking about Bhagavad Gita. Come, that school is not good for you. I'll put you in a different school. They discourage us from studying Bhagavad Gita. They've said it's not for you. You have to get married. You have to have children and all. Correct. You have to get married and all that. But this, they have totally taken us out of this pursuit of Shastram. And so it takes a while for us to say somewhere you're standing in the airport, nothing to do. Airport, after checking, what will you do? Tell me. Phone also sometimes won't work. How long can you be watching the phone also? Then even airport is so beautiful, ambience is so good. And Dubai, and then just brilliant light all over. Wherever you turn, it's smelling fragrance. And stores and all, you're seeing products that you don't see anywhere else. And you go inside, it's all so mesmerizing it is. And then there's a bookstore. So somehow they figured out that some people want to see books also. Perfumes are there, chocolates are there, very, very expensive bags are there, but in between a stall of books. Then you go look around because these things are not interesting to you so much. After 5 minutes, it gets boring. Then you come to this bookstore. Bhagavad Gita by Swami Dayananda. Bhagavad Gita. Because some time back, your friend also said he is attending Bhagavad Gita classes. And then, oh my God, so Bhagavad Gita. Then you pick up. First page you scan. And then scanning, that's all you have time for scanning. And then you say, okay, how much is this? 500 rupees. Okay. These books are all very expensive in this airport. At this way, it will cost me only 150 rupees if I go outside. Just outside. Means outside the airport, if I go, I'll only pay 150 rupees. All these thoughts go around. Anyway, if I have a long flight from here to New York, and so what am I going to do? I think I should buy this book. Buy the book. Then somehow you read a few pages, and this idea of moksha got into your head. And he was defining moksha and all that. So first time you say, oh boy, and all dharma, artha, kama, and all is there. And then moksha also quietly got into the head. This is how we got introduced to moksha. Most of us. There are few families where the Shastra is a big part of their lives. So for them, they don't need an introduction. But many of us begin our lives like this. And other religions also same thing. Christian has their idea of moksha. Don't think they're all mokshaless people. No, they're very clear. A Christian nun's life, if you see in a convent, very rigorous life it is. Very rigorous life. Swami in an ashram, rigorous life it is. Okay. So they are also committed. They are also committed to what they think is moksha. So different ideas of moksha. A Buddhist person also has an idea of moksha. Nirvana. He wants to get nirvana. And shunyam. He's talking about shunyam, etc. And he's committed to that. She's committed to that. Moksha. So definitely moksha, very ideas of moksha are there. And so then what happens? This is called mumukshutvam. Everybody has mumukshutvam. We have mumukshutvam and they also, Christian also has mumukshutvam. But then in Advaita Vedanta, because of the nature of moksha, because we talk so much about ajnana, hey, you are free here and now, and what stop you? That which is standing in between you and moksha is ajnana, ignorance, and therefore you have to know something. And minute knowledge comes, mere mumukshutvam is not enough. The mumukshutvam has to get converted. The desire for moksha has to get converted to a desire for knowledge. Mumukshutvam has to get converted to jijñāsutvam. Desire for knowledge is what? Jijñāsa. Like mumuksha is a desire for moksha, jijñāsa is a desire for knowledge. Desire for knowledge. Because that Advaita Vedanta is going to introduce that. Jnanam, Vidya is going to keep on coming. And therefore, mumukshutvam is not enough. Because a lot of people want moksha. And somebody says, you go to Vaikunta, that is moksha. No problem. That's your definition of moksha. Somebody says, no, you have to go to Shivaloka and get moksha. Shiva will take you. Then after I go there, what happens? You'll be there forever. You'll be there. What kind of body will I have then? This body will I have or some other body? You'll be there forever. How does it matter what body you have? Some body you have. Okay. Whatever. Ideas are all there. Many ideas are floating around. Let it be there. But we say it's not possible. Such a thing cannot be moksha. Being there eternally in a place itself, when you say you're going to a place itself is karma phalam, which is anityam. Okay? This being there and all, it's good to go there. Nothing wrong. We don't stop people from going to Vaikunta. We want people to go to Vaikunta. We also want them to come back and tell us how it is. Okay? But we say it's anityam, very simple. It's karma phalam is anityam. And so, Atma is free if I don't understand, then there is no chance. Like that we're going to say. Therefore, that mumukshutvam is a great thing, devanugraha hetukam, which has to get converted to jijñāsutvam. Okay. Only then that makes the person alive. Then ask all questions. Why? That why can be answered. Only a jijñāsu will have the desire to answer all those questions. Otherwise, it will stop just with belief. Belief is very important. Very important. But for us, we have to convert belief to knowledge. We have to convert belief to knowledge. Very important step it is. Belief is important. We are not degrading or downgrading belief. Important. Belief is what got us where we are. But now we are studying. That is why they are called believers. We are called seekers. We are called seekers, seekers of knowledge. Why are we not called believers? That's why the West America and all, they have a lot of trouble understanding this Sanatana Dharma. They don't know. They just say, okay, you keep Sanatana Dharma to yourself. We are happy being where we are. You be happy where you are. They can't understand. Seeker, and then many gods are there. How can you have many gods? Please tell me. We have only one God. Jesus is our God. Okay. He says Prophet Muhammad is our God. You guys have many gods? How can you have many gods? They just can't understand it. And that's okay. We have also tried explaining and you're still refusing to understand. So we have stopped explaining now also. So, with so many meanings of moksha, we have to be clear. And once I'm clear about Advaita Vedanta, we will become clear about other dharmas, other views, and everything. Everything becomes clear. Anyway, that's what we say here. And so, Mumukshutvam should get converted to Jignasutvam. And so both are Devanugraha Hetukam. And then Mahapurusha Samshrayaha. What a word it is. Samshrayaha means in the proximity of. In the Ashraya of. Ashraya means refuge, protection, support. All these words come Ashraya, right? And so getting under the blessing of a Mahapurusha. That is what Shankara is saying. And Manushyattvam itself is a rare thing to get. And then within the Manushyattvam, a desire for moksha is another rare thing. And then after getting that desire, coming under the guidance of a guru, of a Mahapurusha is even rarer. That's what he's saying. Okay? And it's called a Mahapurusha. Earlier he said Sadguru. These words are all commonly used in our Shastra. Mahatma. Okay, these are all words. So who is a Mahapurusha? We have to understand. The one who unfolds the Mahavakyam is a Mahapurusha. That is our definition of Mahapurusha. Because teaching, so much teaching is involved. When I have to know something, then I have to find somebody who can teach it. For belief, you don't need a teacher. I believe in so many things. Okay, but you don't need to. Belief is a belief, that's it. I trust my neighbor. That's all. I trust my neighbor. And if I give him 2,000 rupees, I trust he will give it back to me. That's it. Trust. I don't need some big proof and all that. Now, if he does, he has to prove that he is not trustworthy. By not giving and stretching and all that happens, then my trust starts waning. This trust starts waning, and I say this guy is not trustworthy. Okay, so believe you don't need a big thing. You either believe or don't believe. That's all. Over. And if many people believe the same thing, then it gives me some strength. Yeah, I also can believe in all these gods, devatas, Saraswati, Lakshmi, Parvati, and all are there. And so Saraswati is very powerful because she gives me knowledge. Lakshmi is very important. Without Lakshmi, I can't even pursue Saraswati. I can't buy a book without Lakshmi. Okay, I need a computer. So Lakshmi also I appreciate. So some of them are beliefs I say. I mean, strong belief is almost equal to knowledge. But many of these are beliefs. You don't need much. A child doesn't have to attend classes to figure out Lakshmi. Just by living Lakshmi, Saraswati, Navaratri is enough for us to know everything. So there is no need for any education. But because Sanatana Dharma is based a lot on knowledge, this Atma is sitting there and Atma is not an object. And so there is so much written and so much to study. So we keep telling people, educate your children sooner than later. Okay. And so coming back to Mahapurusha. Mahapurusha Purusha means what? Pure Shete iti Purushaha. Pure means in this body, Dehe. Pura, like Rampur, Sitapur and all. Pur means what? City. The body is likened to a city. Pure Shete, sleeping. existing in this pura, in this deha, in this sharira, and therefore called Purushaha. Purusha, Atma. Atma is referred to as Purusha. All right. Another meaning for Purusha is there. Sarvam Purayati iti Purushaha. It fills up everything, therefore called Purushaha. Sabko Purna karta hai. Sabko Pura karta hai. Something, I don't know the word in Hindi. So therefore called Purushaha. Atma is Brahma. Brahma fills up everything. Everything is Brahma in fact, and therefore also called Purushaha. So that Vastu. We use the word Vastu to refer to that Brahma. That Atma Brahma is called Vastu. All right, this is the meaning of Purushaha. Mahapurushaha. Mahavakya Upadesha Karta. Mahapurushaha. That is our only definition of Mahapurusha. How do you identify a Mahapurusha? See, they will tell you later. He will tell you, you have to go seek a guru for this because it's something to be understood. You simply reading a book won't work also because it's too subtle. And so how do you identify? It's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult. You know why? Suppose I ask a simpler question. How do we identify a good mathematics teacher? My child needs a tuition, math tuition. Okay. How do you find a good math tutor? Please tell me. How? You look at their degrees or what? Okay, you can look up their degrees. Where did you study? You can ask, etc. Then what? Degree is not a guarantee for being a good math teacher because good math teacher means there is so much going on. Person has the ability to communicate. Of course, the person has to know math properly and how to illuminate the mind of a child. If you ask, that is anybody's guess. Anybody's guess. That's why you have big schools taking a lot of money, but teaching is no good because the guy founder wants to make money. He doesn't care about how to hire, and so he just pushes people to make money. You hire somebody somehow, and then advertise big advertisements in newspapers, and people come and get stuck. So you can't even figure out how to even identify a good teacher. Then somehow you know this is a good school by years of experience. This is a good school. These are great teachers. These are great teachers. Then somewhere Narendra Modi has to come and give awards to all good teachers all over the country. Then you come to know, yeah, there is something called good teaching. Anyway, so an example comes to my mind. And the example is in America, after I got my PhD degree, just before, few months before, I was looking for a faculty position. And so there was a training given within the university to teach how to speak, how to present yourself. And simply producing a PowerPoint and then talking is not enough. Presentation has to be something, it's an art and the skills and all that. So I joined this course. It's some 5 week or a 6 week course. All right, I joined it. Then one day they gave us an assignment. I told this to you sometime. So they gave an assignment and they gave us a list of courses offered at the university. University is big, 33,000 students those days. Campus is huge. And you from one building to one department to another department, it will take you 15 minutes just to walk. So they say, so physics is there, history courses are there, English courses are there, science courses are there, mathematics, so many courses are there. You say, pick any course. Just one course you pick. You send a mail to the professor, not mail, call the professor. Those days, no email. Call the professor and say you're part of this course and you are attending this course. Just one class. That's all it is. That's the homework. Just one class they asked me to attend. You just tell and then go attend the class. So I just picked up a course on American history. American history. Already history is a boring subject. I don't know why I took American history because math, chemistry, we got bored with all this math and chemistry and all these things. So let's try history for a change. So I went to this class. I went to some history department and entered the class. And this classroom is like an ocean. People are sitting from here to there. The last row is up there, and front row is here. Teacher is here. Big board. The board is going from that end to this end. Okay. These rooms are all huge. Some 300 students must be there at the capacity. And so I thought I came to the wrong place, but somebody said, no, this is it. So I went inside. He sat somewhere and he's talking about history. At the end of the class, I tell you, I felt that I missed out my childhood life. The school and all I went, it's all wasted. The teachers did not do a good job at all. That's the kind of job he did. Professor. He's talking American history. He went from this side to that side. He animated the whole thing. He talked about how all the people, the British people, came to the East Coast and how they all did. There was a big gold rush. They heard about gold in California, and the California gold rush was there, and they went on the horseback. And then he used to do all these things. And he made the class so interesting and so lively and so inspiring. I know American history better than Indian history, I tell you. One class, this is what it is, teaching. Okay. And so I sat back and said, my God, what a sacred, occupation it is, teaching, and what a job he did. How he loved it. He loved every minute of it. And I'm telling you, not a single person in the 300, among the 300, slept or even looked this. There was no time to look this side because so gripping it was, gripping, like watching a movie without a movie. Okay, that's how it was. So there's a lot to be said in this, and so Mahapurusha is a very important word for us, and simply not parroting some mantras and all that, it won't work. And so that person, how do you identify this person? There's no chance. You can't identify a good teacher. Where is the question of identifying Mahapurusha and all? Not possible. So that is why. And Swami says, oh, maybe you should have it should be a person, and if it is a male, maybe beard, long beard should be there. Long beard means we all something small, yeah. But then beard is down here, not there. How do you know that this means good brain and all? No guarantee. But gray beard, not black beard, gray it should be. Gray beard is, I think that's a sign of wisdom, I think. It has to be wisdom, wise people. No, but anybody can have gray beard. So that also is not a good thing. And so uh, maybe the person has to study Shastra. Maybe he can chant a lot of mantras, left and right. That also is not a qualification. What to do? Anybody can chant mantras. Narada himself said in Chandogya Upanishad, Mantravideva asmi, natu atmavid. He said, Narada, I don't know if I said this class or not, but there is a story in Chandogya Upanishad. When Narada wants to learn, he goes to a guru to learn this Brahma Vidya. So, Mahapurusha, okay, and he says Mahapurusha also is Devanugraha Hetukam, because not knowing anything about this subject, if I can get a guru, then it has to be Guru. It's a grace only it is. Grace only it is. Lottery ticket, $1 million means what? It's Bhagwan's grace only it is, because you can't work and make $1 million like that, just like that. You have to work very, very hard for it. And even then also it's not possible. So Mahapurusha Samshrayaha is also Devanugraha Hetukam. Yeah, I'm looking at the book because there are some other interesting points that are there, and we can continue and cover that later. But for now, this shloka is completed. He's saying, Durlabham Trayame Vaitat. These threefold things, this singular actually Trayam. The group of threefold things, this group is Devanugraha Hetukam, is caused by Ishvara Anugraha. It's some punyam that I did, because of which I can get these three. And what are those three? Human life, desire for moksha, and the grace of a guru, or the proximity of a guru, or the ability to listen to somebody, Mahapurusha. That is what is being said here. All right. So we will continue the discussion. And last time we were talking, since our class is only once a week, I thought we should have the class duration should be 1.25 hours. In our Kathopanishad class that we completed, our class started at 6:15 and ended at 7:30. 1 hour, 15 minutes. But sometimes, the research shows that, beyond 50, 55 minutes, attention span drops. They can't handle it. This is all their research only. Who are you and I are nobody in this. They have done research. And so now if I say 1 hour, 15 minutes, I may be able to talk for 1 hour, 15 minutes. But if these people turn off their videos, then they go off like this. And then one of my students says, the class was very refreshing. And you know what he meant? Class was refreshing. That means for 30 minutes he just snoozed off. And then he woke up and it is very refreshing. The talk also was refreshing. Guruji was telling good jokes also. And I am also refreshed. So, my God, these early morning classes are very good, he says. I don't want those kind of good classes. And simply I can talk for hours and then you people are sleeping on the other side is not good. So, I'm thinking of starting the class at 6:15 and, finishing at the same time. If any of you, I'm assuming it's okay for all of you. And so, if any of you have some serious objections, you let me know. Otherwise, we will start at 6:15 from the next class. Is it all right? A show of hands? Show of hands. Okay, majority of you are raising your hand. Okay. This page, I have to turn the page. Okay, all of you are, okay, so everybody's raising there. Okay, thumbs up also is, I don't see a thumbs down. So that's good.
Mahodaya, this applies to both classes, right?
So this applies to Vivekachoodamani for now. I did not mention it in the Kaivalya class. Mundaka is anyway 1 hour 15 minutes. So Kaivalya also I am going to mention it. But I don't know. I don't know how many Kaivalya people are there here. So I think we should not talk for them right now. Kaivalya, next class, I don't know. I feel a little awkward not mentioning it. Changing the Kaivalya timing without talking to the students. So let's just leave the class at 6:30 for the Kaivalya class. I'm not going to mention anything in WhatsApp. Okay. Just that you know, just before the Vivekachoodamani class, we will just mention it as 6:15. And I'll mention this to the Kaivalya class on Monday before we broadcast it. I hope it's okay. Next Kaivalya class continues to be same timing, same duration as 1 hour. And then from Wednesday of next week onwards, we'll make it to 1 hour 15 minutes. All right? So it means those in India have to get up 15 minutes early. So that's the thing. So anyway, so we'll do that. Okay. Thank you. We'll discuss other things in the meditation and the satsang session. Yeah, I mentioned it on Monday also.
But that was on
No, it was satsang. No, it was satsang. It was not in the class.
Not in the class.
Not in the class. Yeah. So. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om